Hello everyone, welcome to Chinese Grammar Simplified. My friend Addie is really active and loves the outdoors. She loves to spend time in the park on Sundays. But last weekend, when her Chinese friends asked her about how much time she spends in the park and what time she goes there, she got confused with the questions. Today, in the next 5 minutes, to help you and Addie, let's look into how to use the Chinese word 时候 and 时间 properly. The English word time can be translated into Chinese as both 时候 and 时间. But in fact, these two words have different meanings if we look closer. If we consider the idea of time as a line passing continuously from one direction to another, 时候 refers to a point on the continuum, while 时间 refers to a chunk of this continuum. Therefore, when we describe 时候, we would use words like 点 or 点钟, which means a clock, or 分, which means minute. But to measure 时间, we would use words like 小时, which means hour, or 分钟, which means minutes. When we ask about the time, we would say 几点 or 什么时候. We're essentially asking about which point in time it is. But when we want to ask about how long or how much time we have, we would say 多久 or 多少时间. Here, we're asking about how big of the chunk of time we have. Let's compare two questions. If we want to ask, what time are you going to the park on Sunday? And how much time do you have to go to the park on Sunday? We would use 时候 for the first question and say, 星期天你什么时候去公园? And use 时间 for the second question and say, 星期天你有多少时间去公园? Following the same logic, the English word sometimes is really referring to some points in time. Therefore, in Chinese, we would translate it to 有的时候 or just 有时候 for short. The word 有 from 有的 here doesn't mean to have. You can somehow see it as there are, but it would be more precise to see it as some from sometime. I'll make another video to dive deeper into this word. Okay, now let me give you a challenge. What would the following sentences mean in English? 1. 我有的时候星期天去公园. 2. 我星期天有时间去公园. Pause the video if you want to solve them yourself. Okay, here are the answers. The first sentence means, I sometimes go to the park on Sundays. And the second sentence means, I have time to go to the park on Sundays. 有时候 and 有时间 are totally different concepts when we translate them. Last but not least, a more challenging idea to grasp about the word 时候 is the structure of something something 的时候. When we say XYZ 的时候 in Chinese, we are actually saying the time when XYZ happens. So when I say 我跑步的时候, I am saying the time when I jog, or just when I jog. When I say 我去公园的时候, I am saying the time when I go to the park, or just when I go to the park. Very similar to the expressions 以前 and 以后 as explained in another video. When you translate the something something 的时候 phrase, you're essentially translating it backwards. Here are some more challenges. How do you say in Chinese, when I am tired, I don't like to go to the park? The answer is, 我累的时候不喜欢去公园. Not too complicated, right? Now let's move to the next level. How do you say in Chinese, I like to jog when I am happy? The answer is, 我高兴的时候喜欢跑步. This one might confuse you a bit, because in English, I move the phrase, when I'm happy, to the end of the sentence, instead of keeping it in front like the last challenge. When you translate it to Chinese, we first have to move the phrase to the front and construct the sentence as, when I am happy, I like to jog. Otherwise, you won't be able to translate it correctly. As always, to help you practice, please take a look at the following English sentences and think about how you would say them in Chinese. You can find the answers on my website. If you have any questions about any Chinese grammar point that confuses you, please leave a comment below. For customized Chinese lessons, please reach me at TwinCitiesChineseTutor.us. Thank you for watching.